Well, back on the engine now. So we've got valves are back in after a check, measure up, a bit of a clean up, the rebushes for the valve guides. The cylinder covers are back on, pistons are back in, rings are back in. All been checked, measured up, all in spec, so they've gone back. Relief valves have been checked, reset. Also drains for the valve chest, front and back, and the centre have all been overhauled. We've got certain bits of lubrication part work off for remaking, checking. Also got lubricators off for overhaul, checking, non-return valves. Overhaul. You can see the cladding's off the front sheet. That's just to re-insulate and touch up the paintwork on that one sheet before we re-varnish the whole engine. Back onto the motion. So the valve spinners have been done. They're ready for finishing off now. Packing to be done on the main piston rods, and the rear relief valves are yet to be fitted. All over the motion you'll see white spots. This is where it's had crack testing, NDT carried out on the motion. So we've had motion, spring hangers, bits of frames, anything that's stressed or could cause us a problem has been tested. Luckily it's all come back clear, so that's good. So we've also had brake rigging repinned, so that's new pin in there, new bush, new crossbar to bring it all back into spec. So that's virtually finished. Just one more pin to do on that, I think. Big end order rings to replace, and one rear coupler rod. That will be replaced with a whole new bush. Ashman's just been tidied up, needs a little bit more work, but it's looking better than it did. Same with the cab. The cab's had a little bit of corrosion repair around the bottom edge like they normally go. That'll be touched in, and then once the varnish is done, I don't think you'll see much of that. Injectors are still removed. They're having work done to them to bring them all back into tolerance. A big D scale, recut all the seats, so then we've got a good number of years and without any hassle. On the back of the engine, a lot of corrosion removal, de-scabbing, needle gunning, and painting to bring it back up to a shiny gloss. And so I had several coats of paint, especially inside the drag box, you can see. On top of the drag box, so that's all looking pretty good, to be fair, for a drag box that's done 14 years. In the cab itself, not a lot's gone on really. It's had the gauges removed for calibration. It's had pipework removed that we no longer need. A little bit of work in the firebox, NDT, thickness meter readings and stuff. But other than that, it's as it was. We haven't really started in there yet. So the driver's side, this is had much of the same work done to it as the fireman's side, with the added complication of wiring for the electrics, for the lighting. So that's all lighting, which has been modified to make it just easier to maintain, a bit more reliable. It will also allow us to use a better LED bulb, so more light, easier for the crews.